It's time for some carbon-based gaming.
You might still have needed that one.
I know.
It might have helped to break into an outpost.
Yeah, I get it. But now we've got this post here.
A post.
Yes, a post. Useful in many of life's sticky situations.
Searching database. No use case found, other than sticking it into the ground. As a post.
I've got the hands and I'm the one who has to improvise.
You are the person who lashes out with a hammer.
Just keep reading your database. Quietly.
I think not. One of us should watch where we are going.
Okay, I admit it. Your sense of direction is better than mine. There has to be some way of moving this junk so we can get into the hole. This used to be a baluster, but now it's just a metal cylinder. I could prop the scrap up with this, but it wouldn't fit through the gap. I need to get the scrap further away from the hole. As a great philosopher, consider wherever you go. In this case, he'd be gone, along with anything else I threw in this hole. I can't attach this anywhere useful. Even if I attached it here, I couldn't. Okay, I'll move it back. I'll put it under here. Let's see, maybe it will roll on this cylinder. Damn, the pole broke. Anyway, it's done. There's a drop-off a few meters here, and then we're in, Core. Almost. I can't attach anything here. Can you scan the cave for any dangers, Core? But, stay on the ceiling, just so nothing can attack you.
NEV, mechanically expendable vanguard. On its way.
So, what's down there?
There is a giant dragon lying on a pile of gold, and he has a cold. Sorry about that. It is safe. The room is stable and appears to be connected to the station. No significant life forms detected.
Good. We can wedge this part in, and the strap is secure. Yeah, that works. A roof over my head. Unbelievable. I was really worried about what today would bring when I woke up in the morning. This is almost exactly what I wished for. I mean, It looks just like I feared it would, but whatever.
I agree. As long as we can find a water supply, you will be able to survive here for a while.
We might find one inside the station. You said the signal came from in there, right?
Correct. This door is the only way inside. It is made of titanium and is not very thick, but you will probably not be able to open it manually due to its weight. You need electricity for its gear mechanism.
We shall see. But this door isn't as much of a problem as the mother of all doors up there is.
My psychological subroutines find this comparison to be very odd. Do you always conflate size and power? What was your childhood like?
Just turn off these routines.
This room is the drilling station. The machine on the ceiling can utilize multiple attachments. It is currently equipped with a magnet beam which loosens parts from underground and transfers magnetic metals to the surface. Workers can climb down the sides to manually retrieve non-magnetic sediment from the ground or to carry out repairs. It looks like this room has a self-contained power supply system. Would you like me to fly into this dark, obvious, menacing, apparently bottomless hole?
Well, yes.
There is a lot of metallic debris on the ground, but nothing else of note.
What's this device?
A robot arm with a universal mounting for drilling equipment. There is a magnet beam currently installed. It can pull in magnetic objects and repel them. That way you can transport them and retrieve metal from the ground. These are ore samples that were mined here.
There are crystals inside one of them. A pretty crystal.
Take it with you.
No chance. It's stuck in the rock or ore. There's a strange attachment lying around here. I'll take it with me. I've seen computers struggling that were less dusty.
It seems to be damaged only on the outside. Everything appears to be fine on the inside.
You sound like a psychiatrist. I've seen computers struggling.
It seems to be damaged only on the outside.
You sound like a psychiatrist. I can't open it.
With this fusion generator, the room can maintain its own energy circuit. A security system, in case any human or other biological life form has an emergency in the drilling shaft.
Well, we've already got our emergency. Core, is it really safe?
Of course, it is a small version of a standard fusion generator, roughly the size of an average washing machine.
Okay, then let's put this fusion in spin cycle. Come on! Yes!
Hey! Good boy. Brainless machines.
It's still working! I never thought I'd be happy to hear the ear-splitting noise made by a machine like this. These thick cables lead down into the shaft, probably to power the lamps and other stuff down there. It's starting, but there's nothing magnetic close by. Oh, some small metal parts came loose, but they won't help me. Come on already. I can't get it out with brute force. Any ideas?
You should loosen the crystals by softening the ore, then it should work.
Oh, some small metal parts came loose, but they won't help me. Oh, some small metal parts came loose, but they won't help me. Oh, some small metal parts came loose, but they won't help me. It doesn't work, but this beam should be able to grasp the door, right?
Correct, Tessa, but the door is made of titanium, which is not magnetic. Probably one of the reasons why rooms such as this one were built with non-magnetic materials was to ensure that the magnetic beam would not be operated incorrectly.
So to protect us humans from ourselves.
Biological life forms are never perfect.
It's starting, but there's nothing magnetic close by. It's starting, but there's nothing magnetic close by. It's starting, but there's nothing magnetic close by. There were some magnetic metal parts in the hole.
Iron scrap pieces that I took with me because they're magnetic. Maybe I can turn them into something useful.
This crystal won't help us at the door. Better save the gas. This crystal won't help. Better save the gas.
What? Come on, open up! You've got power. What else do you want?
Oh, wait a moment. I see. The emergency power supply only powers the machines and lights in this room. All doors appear to be locked by an alarm protocol that belongs to the station's main system.
So what else can I do? Use a crowbar?
This room is the drilling station. The machine on workers can climb down the sides to manually retrieve non-magnetic sediment from the... It looks like this room has a self-contained power supply. Would you like me to fly into this dark? Of course you do. as empty as a black hole. But it hasn't quite got the same pull.
Iron scrap pieces that I took with me because they're magnetic. Maybe I can turn them into something useful.
That's a special attachment. It has 3 spokes to grab screws with. So close, yet so far. But I won't be able to get through this door. The hole underneath the pile of scrap is...
My sensors indicate your heart rate is elevated at 121 BPM. I recommend a thorough medical checkup.
No, I'm just... excited.
Why?
It's our job to explore foreign planets, foreign worlds, alien conscience. We throw ourselves into the unknown. It's the life I always dreamed of.
Maybe you should focus on survival for now and go inside.
You may be hard to excite, but you do make for a good voice of reason.
I could fly in and take a look around.
I thought of that, but no. I don't want to risk you getting in danger. If I lose you, I'll have an even bigger problem than if we just turned around and stayed together.
Understood. That was my assessment, too. I cannot, however, judge whether your decision was made out of empathy or pragmatism, but I will gladly stay safe.
Finally, we're getting power from the generator. These thick cables lead down into the shaft, probably to power the lamps and... I won't be able to burn a hole in the door with this, not even with all the cavities. I can attach things with the welder, but not open things. If I put it in the cavities between the struts, it might stay. Yeah, looks good. I'd better put on the helmet.
If this does not work, we will not be able to remove it again. Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's going to work. Trust me, Core. The welder is out of gas and nothing more than dead weight now. Magnetic scrap metal that has been welded onto a non-magnetic door. Birds of a different feather flock.
I'm beginning to extrapolate what you are attempting to do.
Core, do you have any final objections, hints, or prayers you want to share?
No, my calculations indicate a relatively high chance of success. I will not disclose the exact number so as not to worry you. If this fails, however, it could ruin the entire mechanism and jam it forever.
And you think that would not worry me? Okay,
Unpleasant, but unavoidable.
let's go. A real beauty.
The high probability was correct. Statistics don't lie.
Neither do physics. Yes, a way inside. Finally. What is that? Mark? Hey! Stop! What the? How can he? Where did he go?
I am not registering any signs of life.
But I saw something, a shadow, the silhouette of a human. He ran away.
I assume my sensors are somewhat more precise than your eyes.
So you're saying I'm imagining things? Well, this situation is getting to me, so I guess I can't rule it out. Stay positive, Tessa. We did it. We're in. That's something, at least. There's nothing going on here in the station. Where did the signal come from, Core?
From this direction. Enhancing location. There is a light source up in the command center.
You're right. Let's go. Maybe I was right after all. Hello? Nothing. No light. No person. Not even energy by the looks of it. Damn it!
Your heart rate is too high, Tessa.
Keep my heart rate out of it. I'm allowed to get upset about all this crap. What is this all about? We both saw the light core. It was up here, no doubt. And now I'm here, and there's nothing? No power, no source of light, nothing. What the hell is going on here? And the signal. What could have been sending it, Core?
This is definitely the source, but I cannot find any electricity in the vicinity, just the generator we started.
What was it then? 11 hedgehogs and a hamster wheel? An average-sized toucan with a megaphone?
Both of these theories are probably incorrect.
Sorry for getting so riled up, Core. I mean, it's not your fault. So you've lost the signal and there's no power here. Nor are there any signs of life from anyone. Or anything. Are you able to tell us more about the outpost now?
Yes, this is an independent drilling and research station. Judging by the condition of its building materials, it was probably built 20 to 40 Earth years ago. I could find all details in the database. But I have a theory now what kind of planet we are on and where it might be located.
Well, let's hear it.
Visualization initialized. I have the slightly disconcerting suspicion that the station is not close to any inhabited planets. These are almost always incorporated into designated trade routes. They have an alternating crew of more than 400 people, as this allows for the transportation of large amounts of necessary goods. The station we currently find ourselves in, however, is autonomous and small, and its regular crew could not have encompassed more than 40 people. I assume that it was part of a research program which erected stations such as this one at the edge of the known parts of the galaxy. Ships are sent to these stations in regular intervals of more than a year, as long as they are in service. In the meantime, the stations function autonomously. At some point, they are abandoned once the borders of explored territory shift.
But there must have been some kind of communications channel for emergencies.
Indeed, but direct interstellar communication is too slow. It could take months for a signal to reach another planet. These stations help themselves, they have no choice. However, IMC ships regularly fly through these areas to pick up any signals. If necessary, they can help or relay information to headquarters. There might also be trading or exploration ships from other companies that could receive signals from here, long before they reach any inhabited planets.
So that means if we transmit a distress signal, it's more like a smoke signal on a lost island at sea. Not like calling emergency services via landline that will be there tomorrow.
Correct.
So, reaching someone will take time, but it's not impossible. As soon as the station has enough power, it will keep us alive and can continuously emit signals to the transport routes so someone can pick us up.
Correct.
Then let's do it.
Good. The power supply comes from an incineration plant in the station's west wing. We received a signal from here, so the communication systems seem to be intact.
It's nice how both of us are just ignoring the fact that the signal shouldn't have existed, just like the light. But okay, we should just be glad that we noticed it and we're here now. Now we just need power.
The outpost's main control room. The consoles on the left side are used for communication inside and outside of the station. Processes like drill depth, garbage incineration, and door locks are supervised on that platform over there. The devices on the right side are used to control air and water, and you can also access mission databases and authorizations. This whole room is connected to the incinerator's main energy supply. Some repair work was started on these electronics but never got finished.
That's strange.
What do you mean?
The cables. The station is overgrown, but that doesn't tear out cables.
This console won't help us without power. This console won't help us without power.
This is the communications console with which signals can be sent to other planets or through space.
That's our way out of here, as long as we can get it powered up.
Correct. Once the incinerator is providing energy, we will have access to the database where we should be able to find flight paths close to this planet. Then, a signal will only be a few button pushes away.
Good. Well, better than nothing anyway. Let's keep working on the incinerator then. Once we've got to it, that is. They obviously never finished the work on this cable shaft. There's a hollow, sturdy metal cylinder here full of holes. Some kind of cable duct, I suppose. It all looks so beautiful from up here, as if the outpost has just become one with nature. It says medical ward on the door. It's locked, and I can't see any way of moving it or reaching the mechanism.
The command center's Great Hall. It was built according to very old standard plans that have not changed for decades. This door over here is not as far open as the other one, but with the pointy object, you might be able to get through.
You can adjust the width on this. Nothing helpful.
It won't move. Ugh. But it's open just a crack. Looks like someone tried to keep it open with a metal plate. But it didn't work like it did with the other door there. The crack is just a few millimeters wide because there's a thin metal plate stuck in it. But I can't get my fingers through, and I can't grab the plate either. It fits, but instead of moving the door, it just got bent.
A magnetic screwdriver with a plastic grip.
Nope, too wide. A metal bar was stuck in the door to keep it open.
If I calculated this station's procedures and automatic systems correctly, then there are various, specific, manual steps executed by humans necessary to achieve this outcome. Usually, the security system would open this door. There must have been an emergency lockdown while someone was holding this bar in place, analogous to the locked door by the drilling room.
Oh, compared to the control room, this place is full of random assortments of outdated technology. Apart from this robot arm, nothing really belongs here, I think.
In self-sustaining facilities, it is not unusual to adjust the equipment according to the given conditions, as long as the people in charge know what they are doing, or they have a core.
I can imagine. A gas burner with 2 tubes, both of which aren't connected to anything. A workbench full of trash and signs of wear and tear. That's what every DIY enthusiast dreams of. The only thing left inside here are a cable, a kind of nozzle, and a lot of screws. There are some elements and materials written down here. This console won't help us without power. A coffee machine. What a surprise.
Core, that looks like a 3D printer.
Correct. This machine can turn virtual models into reality by applying liquid synthetic materials and metals layer by layer and then hardening them. How do you know that?
I remember I did some research into this topic. My long-term memory seems to be working at least.
But it needs power. I'm sure this display is used to control the mechanism next to it. The robot can be moved using these wheels, but only down here, even though it should be able to stretch upwards.
That is probably only for maintenance purposes and to be able to get it out of the way if it cannot move on its own anymore.
I don't think it'll be useful to me anywhere, so I'll just move it back. Oh, lots of cogs. This has to be the robot's mechanism. Lots of cogs in varying sizes and shapes. A robot arm that seems to be able to move around along these rails. But what does it do?
There are boxes stored in the ceiling. This robot arm is the only way of reaching these and getting them down.
I don't think it'll be useful to me anywhere. I could get out the cog up here, but I don't think I'll need it. They're attached with nuts, not with screws.
We are also going to need power here. Tessa.
Yeah, you're right, but I can't find any mechanical way of opening them either. It's all solid as rock.
The outpost has an area of approximately 4,922 square meters, calculating when the outpost was abandoned. Considering the overgrowth, sunlight, and humidity, I estimate that the post must have been abandoned about 6 to 7 months ago. The results are based on growth rates on Earth and comparable planets. The estimate could be off by several months, as we do not know this planet's peculiarities.
This is the main entrance where we climbed through the hole under the junk, right?
Correct. But just like all the other doors, it needs power to open. This is the door to the incinerator plant. I cannot detect any cracks or weaknesses. The door looks thicker than it is and only weighs about 400 kilograms. You should be able to operate it from the control room, if there was energy.
Behind this is the incinerator plant that powers everything, right?
Correct. Also, the vehicle hangar. According to my data, the doors should have an emergency mechanism with which you can manually open them. We only need to find the access point.
I can't move it. It's held on by some screws. A bit rusty, but it's working. Yes, that looks like a manual mechanism.
This does not conform to regular standards. There is a cog missing.
These barrels have been here for ages. I can't read what's inside them. They're too rusty.
It should not be anything dangerous, otherwise these plants would not be growing here so abundantly. That is logical. I hope. A tunnel connecting the drilling room with the interior. Standard design. Here, Tessa, it's a sword? Let us call it a hand crank.
That might be useful. The drilling room is connected to the station's main power supply. Core, your analysis was correct. Nature is reclaiming this place. The plants are growing into the station from outside. I could get out the cog up here, but I don't think I'll need it. Lots of cogs in varying sizes and shapes. There's a cog missing here.
The mechanism would work again if there was a cog here that was the same size as the one next to it. If we're going to be looking for one like this, we should probably take it with us.
No chance. This crank won't fit onto the crank handle won't fit. Maybe I can expand it or adjust it. Excellent. Everything fits together and the attachment fits onto the cog. Now I can turn it and operate the mechanism. Now all I have to do is replace the missing cog. Yes, that works. Cogs and gears of varying sizes and kinds.
It extends across the whole floor.
I need a similar I can get out the cog up here, but If I'm going to destroy robots...
Let me check that for you. There are various cogs in this mechanism.
Fine, let me know if you find anything.
Yes, the mechanism was altered in one place and a cog of the same type was used.
Great, save the information. We have to be able to move it over here somehow.
Well, it's part of the robot mechanism.
Core, please show me the cogs and highlight the ones we're looking for in green. There has to be some way of getting the ones we need to the maintenance hatch. Yes, I did it! The cog is sitting in the maintenance area and I can reach it. Yes! Got it.
We are also going to need power here, Tessa.
Yeah, you're right, but... I have the tools, and the mechanism is repaired.
Yes! Oh, it's working!
That's it! I guess I'll need that robot in the storage room, so I'll take the cog with me again. Wow. This facility is huge. Is this the garbage incineration?
Correct. Garbage, rubble, and any flammable materials are burned here. The resulting heat is used to generate power.
Burning stuff for electricity? That's a bit antediluvian.
At that time, this crude technology ensured independence from energy cells that were not known to work on this planet. A certain amount of energy is always stored to ensure the facility can power up.
So we just push a button, the power turns on, and we can use the communications console?
Not correct. Firstly, we need to activate the remaining energy via the console. Then we can use the machine and transport materials to the furnace to activate it. Once the facility has reached its full capacity, all systems will be active and we can continue.